Hey guys, it is that time again. It is time for another cardboard confessional. I am not coming to you around midnight like Connor was with his last one, but it's late at night and some stuff's weighing on me and I need to confess. What I'm confessing to you in this video is that I am having something of a board game identity crisis. When I shared this with Connor, he had that response that you never want, where he just said, yeah, you definitely are. So it made me think, okay, I guess this is what I need to talk about. The identity crisis is basically this. Am I a game player or am I a game collector? I recognize that you can be both at the same time. Obviously, if you have any games at all, you have something of a collection, but I think you know what I mean, right? Am I more of a collector of these cardboard boxes or a player of them? And while I know I can be both, I think I need to decide which one I'm more of. I think I need to define the relationship with board games. When I first got into the hobby, one thing that I would talk about is this really great justifier of an equation where I would say, every time I play a game, I would take the total number of times I played a game, I would divide the total cost of that box by that much, and I would say, hey, look, I've played Wingspan 20 times, it cost me $60, so that's really like $3 per play. And then, think of all the different forms of entertainment, right? $3 to have fun, that's pretty good. You could probably see how some of that, math and logic is a little bit fraught, but it worked for me, right? I would actually, some of you will laugh at just this notion in general, would tout the cost effectiveness of this hobby. From there, I became a person who, less than a year ago, decided that I needed to collect every Uwe Rosenberg big box Euro games. I'm not talking about Bonanza, I'm not talking about Patchwork and things like that. I'm talking about your Le Havres and Agricola and Caverna and Feast for Odin. And I did it. Well, I should say I was at the gates of Loyang short. But I would have gotten that. I had them. I had all these Uves right along here. And then one day I just sold them all. I just, most of them never got played even once. I kind of realized I didn't really want to play them. I had this little Uwe collection, and it did nothing for me. And so I'm kind of stuck in this. What am I doing here? Am I getting a cool collection? And yeah, they won't always get played. Maybe they won't get played for a year or two, but I have them ready to be played, or I just have them for other board game friends to come and say ooh and ah at. Or do I just want to get some games played? Over here, I have some examples of some games that I only own just to get them played. This is a copy of the game No Thanks. It's not an unknown game. Shut Up and Sit Down did a little thing on it, but my copy doesn't even have all the little black pieces in it. If you're not familiar with this game, it's a simple little game. These black pieces are key to the game, but the guy who sold it to me, he didn't even have them all. Just pennies in here, just US currency, barely, but still. I don't care though. I'm going to keep this game because it works really well with beginners. We usually have some kind of moment or fun flip of the card, or will they, won't they, on whether they put another chip on there. I'm going to keep that game. It's not a cool game. Nothing cool about it. No cool factor, no interesting thing. A lot of my friends would probably groan if I pulled this out at a game night, but I'm going to keep that game. The gift series that Connor and I just filmed, we did all 5 of these games in one sitting. These are games that I only own because I love how they play. I love playing them with my wife. I love the thinky puzzle that they are. So these are only owned as a game player, except then I couldn't help the compulsion to try to collect all of the gift series, all of these different games. So I still feel torn. Probably the thing that pushed me over the edge on this was my board game group has really gotten into Lacerda games. We're excited to play through all of them. So one of the things that came up, a thought that I had is, okay, so we're getting into these Lacerdas. We're kind of collecting them together. I've got a few up behind me. But my friend Barry, my friend and neighbor Barry, now owns On Mars. We're going to play it tomorrow as of filming this. Really excited for it. We've been watching playthroughs, rules explanations, but a thought that I captured as I was going through those videos is, man, this game looks awesome. I wonder if maybe Barry won't like it, and then I'll buy it from him. And you need to recognize what a ridiculous thought that is for me to have. Barry is my friend. At this point, most times that I'm playing a game, or at least a heavy game, I'm playing with Barry. He's my neighbor. He lives down the road. If I ever wanted to just borrow, Barry has let me borrow tons of games. If I ever just wanted to borrow On Mars, he would let me. It is already as if I own On Mars just because one of my closest board gaming friends, he has it already. Why would my brain go to the place of, yeah, but I could have it more? It could be mine. I don't need that. Another friend has Kanban EV. That could climb the ranks and become one of my favorite games of all time so far, from what I can tell. I don't need to own it. It is already available to me anytime I want. I don't have to own. So why do I kind of feel that compulsion like I do? I know I'm starting to sound like my first cardboard confessional where I'm talking about this compulsory FOMO type of thing. I don't need to rehash that, but what I've decided is a couple things. I'm a collector or I'm a player. More of one than the other. If I'm a collector, I need to make some changes. One is I need to wait for sales, whether it's buying games secondhand or, waiting for the Game Nerds sale, the Amazon Prime days, different opportunities that are bound to come throughout the year. I need to wait for sales if I really want to be a collector. Another one is I gotta stop taking stuff out of the shrink. I just picked up this bad boy right here, which I'm very excited for. And I just already know I'm gonna take it out of the shrink well before I ever play it. I don't have a plan to play it. If you know anything about Twilight Imperium, you need to have a plan to play it. You need a lot of people and a lot of time. I'm gonna have to plan that out, but I'll probably take it out of the shrink as soon as I'm done here, is what will happen. So if I decide I'm a collector, then I need to stop taking things out of the shrink, because resale value, whatever it is, it's just better to keep it in there. And finally, on that idea is, if I'm a collector, I need to stop impulsively selling off Uwe, collections to get the newest, hottest thing, right? I need to actually keep these completed collections together if I'm a collector. But if I'm more of a board game player, I need to play these games before I sell them. Connor, again, rightly called me out. Don't know if it's in the shot or not, but Rurik, Dawn of Kiev looks interesting. I don't think it's going to be my favorite game of all time or anything, but I bought it, haven't played it, already listed it for sale. Something else is catching my eye. No, I need to play that game. See if it is for me, see where it fits. Is it something I love? Is it something I can let go? I need to stop assuming that and play a game before I sell it. I also need to start playing games twice, 3 times, 4 times. Maybe I need to start logging my plays. Maybe I need to collect plays of games. That's what I need to focus on. I need to let a game be learned, try different strategies, try different player counts if I want to be a player of games. And mainly, and the reason why I'm going this route, or want to go this route, is I need to find joy in what I already have. I mentioned it before. I know I don't have the biggest board game collection. I don't have the biggest board game collection of my friends even, but I have enough. I have enough here to last me a long time and some really awesome games. And instead of looking at them and shrugging my shoulders and saying, yeah, but that thumbnail of a not yet purchased game is more valuable than the literal cardboard, real thing, real ready to be played thing, I don't want that anymore. I want to love what I have already, enjoy, be grateful for what I have already. And I'm not doing an after school special, but I come back to this idea that I started with, that I know I can do both. I will always collect what I truly love to play. This is my favorite deck builder, Dale of Merchants. It's not a super involved game. It's pretty straightforward. But the other day, I saw that the only thing I was missing from the completed collection was this big box to fit everything in with 8 more animals in it. I bought it. It was on a really good deal, and I'm so glad I did. I probably, in the entire time I own this, will not play with everything in here, but I have it, and I'm glad to have it, because I will say yes if someone wants to. And this thing. This is everything for Marvel Champions up until this point. As soon as the next thing comes out, I'll be behind again, which is what it's like to collect an LCG, but I love this game. I love the campaigns. I love playing it solo, which is not something I do very often with games. I would love to play it more with other people, but I love this game, and I love collecting this game. Just the collecting of it, and going through, building a new deck, trying new heroes. I will always collect what I truly love to play. So now, I need to play what I've already collected. Thanks, guys.